This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. Let us start the session. Let me go and open one notepad. Let me go and open the yesterday's class notepad. So in the yesterday's class, we discussed about what? We discussed about the validations. If you see in the yesterday's class, what we discussed here is we discussed about different types of validations. What are the different types of validations we are able to perform? What are the different types of validations we are able to perform here is, as we know that the first type of validation we discussed about what? There are two types of validations. What are the two types of validations? One is field validations, second is form validations. We discussed about the field validations, we discussed about the form validations. Now, in today's session, we are going to discuss about what here is. We'll discuss about form customizations. So let me go and open it. We'll discuss now some of the form customizations. So before going to work with this, what type of customizations we are able to perform on the forms? First of all, let me go and open the Power Apps. Let me try to create one form in order to go and work with the customizations. So let me go and open the Power Apps. Let me go and open the Power Apps. Let it open. Fine. Now here guys, let's go to the apps. Go to the apps and go and edit this app validations. Currently we are working with the validations. So go and click on edit. So as we know that in the last two classes, we discussed about validations. One is field validation. Second one is form validations. Let me go and open that app now. Now see, in yesterday's class we discussed about the form validations and day before class we discussed about the field validations. Now in today's session we are going to work with the form customizations. In order to go and work with the form customizations, let me go and create one more new screen. Let me add one new screen. Go to the screens. Let me add one blank screen, guys. Go and add one blank screen. Let me change this name to, let me change the form screen name to form customizations. Let me change it to what? Form customizations. Now, let me go and keep some header for this in order to go and work with the form customizations. Let me go and copy the same header, copy and then paste it here. Let me go and change the header here, guys. What's the header I want to keep? I want to keep the header as, just copy, paste. Let me go to the text, copy and paste it. It's not pasting. Let me go here. Copy the form customizations and then paste it here. Now click on the enter button. Now see, we're going to work with the form customizations now. In order to go and work with the form customizations, let me go and create one form here, guys. Whatever the form I'm creating here, let me go and create the same form again now. So go to the form customizations. Go to the form customizations. Let me go and add one form. Go and add one control called edit form. Click on the edit form. Let me fit it to this page or a screen. Fit it to the screen. Now let's try to connect to the data. Let me connect to the data for this form. Go to the data sources. Now go and connect to the data. What? Employees is the data. Now when I click on it, it is going to create one form like structure now. Now in this, I want to go and remove this attachments data card. So select the form, go to the fields and go and remove what? Attachments. Go and remove the attachments data card. And then I want to do some modifications in this form, guys. I want to rearrange the fields here. So what I want to rearrange here is, I want to bring the job column into the third position, and I want to bring this mobile number to the fifth position. So how to rearrange the fields? Go to the edit and just go and drag the mobile and keep it after the email, and let me drag the job column and keep it after the email name column. Now see, automatically the fields are rearranged. Now I want to go and change the font style, font weight, and also the font style gauge. Now I want to go and change for all the data cards. Instead of going and changing manually for all the data cards, font style, font weight, and font size, what is the shortcut we are using not to go and change the data card style here is? So select the form, go and change what layout, go and change the layout to vertical, that is from horizontal vertical to horizontal, and then click on control Z. When I click on the control Z, now see, from each and every data card, employee number data card, in this each and every data card is going to select what values or what controls, data card value and data card key. From each and every data card, it is selecting the two controls. What are the two controls? Data card value and then data card key. Now let me go and change. First of all, I want to change the font style. I want to change the font styles to Patrick Hand. And also I want to change the font weight to semi bold. And also I want to change the font size. Let me keep the size as 20. Now I'm doing some formattings here, guys. This is the form I'm creating now. Now for this form, here in the bottom, let me go and add two buttons now. One is reset button, second one is submit button, guys. I want to go and add two buttons now on me. Before going to add the buttons, let me add some background color for the form. Select the form, go to the background, go to the fill color, add the fill color. I'm adding some background color for this form. Let me go and add some two buttons here, guys. The first button I'm adding here is submit button. Let me bring it to somewhat top, and let me change this button name. What is the default text? It is a button. Let me go and change it to submit. It is for submit. And next, let me go and change the font weight. Let me go and change it to 20, and also let keep it like this only, and just copy it, copy it, paste, and keep it here. And this one is for reset. I want to change the name here. The name I want to keep here is what? Go and rename it to reset. It is used to reset the form. Now once after keeping the name, now select the submit button. Select the button submit. Go to the onSelect property. Here I need to go and write what? I want to submit the form. Already we discussed these things in yesterday's class. Submit form. Which form I want to submit? I want to submit the form 2. Which form I want to submit? Form 2. Now see what is the name for this form is. This form name is form 2. If you see what the name of this form is, form 2. Next, go to the reset button. Go to the onSelect property. Select the onSelect property. By default is false. Now when I click on this reset, I want to reset the form. Which form I want to reset? I want to reset the form called form 2. I want to reset the form 2. Now these are the two buttons I'm adding here, guys. One button is to submit the data, and one button is to reset the form. Reset the form. So this is the form I'm creating. This is the form. Now I need to go and perform some validations here, guys. I need to go and perform what? I need to go and perform some validations on this. No, sorry, not validations, customizations. Now try to understand what are the different types of customizations you are able to perform here. We'll discuss now. Now first type of customization is use case 1. I need to go and do some customizations based on the salary column and also on the justification field column, guys. Salary field and also the justification field. First, what is my requirement here is requirement 1. If the salary is greater than 1 lakh, if you are entering the salary greater than 1 lakh, then the justification field is mandatory. That means, what is my first requirement here is, if you are entering the salary, let me go and change the layout to new. Now see here, guys, if you are entering the salary, or let me do one thing, let me change this, rearrange the fields here. Let me bring it to top and keep it here. Fine. Let me go and play. Now try to understand this. If you are entering the salaries that is greater than 1 lakh, if you are entering the salaries that is greater than 1 lakh, then I want to make this justification field is mandatory. Why? Because why the employee's salary is 1 lakh? Why you are paying that much salary to that employee? What is the skill set the employee is having? So if you are paying the salary to the employee that is greater than 1 lakh, I want to make this justification field is mandatory. You need to give some justification why the employee salary is greater than 1 lakh. So I want to make this field as required field when if the salary is greater than 1 lakh. So what I can do here is in the yesterday's class we discussed the same scenario guys. So how to go and make this field is required based on the salary column. So go to the salary data card, go and select the data card value control, copy the name of this, copy the name, and then go to the justification field. First go and unlock the data card. By default the data card is unlocked. Go and unlock the data card, and then this justification field is having one property. What's that property? Required property. Go to the property called required. Go and select the property that is required. Now see, by default is false. Now when I want to make this justification field is mandatory means the values you are entering, the values you are entering into the salary data card. This is the salary data card name guys, data card value name. The values you are entering in the salary data card is greater than 1 lakh, is greater than 1 lakh. Then I want to make this justification field is mandatory. When this field is required means whatever the values you are going to enter into the salary data card, if the values, if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only I want to make this field as mandatory. Now see, when I go and play this, now see I'm entering the salary as 90,000 guys. If I enter the salary as 90,000, now the justification field is not required, it is not mandatory. But when I go and enter the salary as 1 lakh, when I go and enter the salary as 1 lakh, now see automatically the justification field is giving some indication. What is that? It is the required field. So when I want to make this justification field is required means by default the justification is field is not required. When this field is required means if you are entering the salary of the employee is greater than 1 lakh, then you need to give some justification. It is mandatory now. Why the employee salary is greater than 1 lakh? You need to go and provide some justification here guys. So I'm making this field is mandatory based on the values you are entering into the salary column. This is my first requirement. And what is my second requirement here is, what's my second requirement here is visible property guys. Now see, justification field is visible when the salary is greater than 1 lakh. When I want to see this justification field means whenever the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only I want to see this justification field. Otherwise I don't want to see it. Why? I said that if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only the justification is required. You need to give some justification here. And also second, what I am telling here is I want to go and see this justification field whenever the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only this field need to be visible. Otherwise, if the salary is less than 1 lakh, then I don't want to see this justification field. So when I want to see this justification field is, if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then I want to see this justification field, and also this field is mandatory field. So already I'm performing the mandatory actions. Now I need to go and see this justification. I want to visible, I want to make this field as visible when the salary is greater than 1 lakh. So go to this property, justification property, and then go to the, there is one property for this field or data card. What is that? Display mode. So not display mode, visible property guys. There is one property called visible property. Now go to the visible property. When I want to see this, when I want to view this justification field, if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, so just remove it. By default it is true, just remove it. So when I want to make this field is mandatory means if I'm using one condition here guys, if the values you are entering, if the values you are entering into the salary data card, the values you are entering into the salary data card is greater than 1 lakh, then I want to make this field as visible. I want to make it as true. Otherwise I want to make it as false. Simple. Now see, when the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only go and show that justification field. Otherwise I don't want to show this justification field. Now see, just save it and then play. Now see, The salary is greater than 1 lakh. Now the justification is I'm able to see the justification field and also it is required. But now see, when I go and enter the salary as 90,000, when I enter the salary as 90,000, now see, I'm not able to see the justification field. Why? I want to view that justification field when once the salary is greater than 1 lakh. Whenever the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only the justification field need to be visible, and also this field is required. If the salary you are entering here is less than 1 lakh, less than 1 lakh, I'm entering the salary as 10,000. Now see, I'm not able to view the justification field here. So this is what that customizations case. This is the first type of customizations. So when to go and see the justification field is if the values you are entering in the salary column is greater than 1 lakh, then only I want to see it. I want to see the justification field, and also I want to make it as mandatory. If the salary is less than, if the salary is less than 1 lakh, then I don't want to go and display the, I don't want to see the justification field, and I don't want to make it as required. So this is what the first type of customizations guys. This is one type of customizations. And next, what is the another type of customization is? Second one is use case 2. I'm going to perform this customization on which column? Department name column. Department name column guys, not a column, we'll call it as a field. Now see, there is one field here. What is that field? Department name. There is one field or a data code, department name. Now on this data code or on this department name field, I need to go and perform some customizations. Now what are the customizations I need to go and perform here is, try to understand what's my use case is. The first one is, if we select the department number, if we select the department number in the department number field, then automatically we need to display that, department name in the department number field, department field. What is this is, if you see, when I go and select the department number in the department number field, when I go and select the department number as 10, automatically I want to display that department name here. Let us say department 10 is nothing but admin. Department number 10 is nothing but admin. So based on the department number I am selecting here, automatically I want to display that department name here. This is what my second customization case. This is what my requirement. If you see, if the department number is equals to 10, I want to display the department name as admin. Automatically I want to display. If the department number is equals to 20, I want to display the department name as development. If I'm selecting the department number as 30, then I want to display the department name as what? HR. So this is what my requirement now here guys. Now how to go and get this? How to go and achieve it? Whenever I select the department number, automatically I need to go and display that department name in the department name field. If I select the department number here, automatically corresponding department name I want displayed here. So how to go and perform it? So in order to go and perform it, first of all, go to the department number data code, go to the department number, go and select the data code value control. Select the data code value control and then copy the name of it. Copy the name. Now go to the department name, go to the department name data code. First unlock the data code, go and unlock it. Now this department name field is having one property. What that property is? Default property guys. Now go to the default property. By default it is stating that this item dot department name. This item dot department name means by default this department name field is taking the values from where? What is the data source for this? SharePoint. By default is taking the data from the SharePoint as a data source. So just now remove it. Go to the default property, go and remove the default value. Now I need to go and write one condition here guys. I'm going to use the if condition. If the values you are selecting, the value you are selecting, now see here, what is that value selecting? Department name. Now see, whenever I enter the data code name here, automatically selecting here, it is selecting the green mark. So whatever the value I'm going to select here in the department name, if I select the department name as 10, then I want to display the department name as admin. Now how to perform it means, if the value you are selecting here, dot selected case, I want to mention here dot selected dot value. Why I need to go and mention this selected dot value means, because it is a drop down. It is not a text. If it is a text, you can go and set here what .txt. So it is a drop down. That means I am selecting some value. So I am passing here what selected dot value. Which value you are selecting? So just close it. So if the value you are selecting is equals to 10, if you are selecting here is equals to 10, then what I want to display? I want to display the department name as what? Admin. Now keep comma, keep comma. Now I'm going to write one more if condition case. Second if condition. If the value you are going to select selected dot value, what if the value you are selecting is equals to 20, then what I want to display? I want to display the department name as dev. Otherwise, if the value you are selecting, let me go and select the value function. Value you are selecting in the data department number data code, selected dot value is equals to 30, then what I want to display? Then I want to display the department name as what is it? HR. Let me go and display the department name as what? HR. Let me go and display the department name as what? HR. Like this, I'm going to display it, guys. Now just close it. Close the first if condition, second if condition, and also the third if condition. Just close it. Now go and click on the format option here. Format this whatever the code I am writing. Click on format. Now see, go and expand the formula bar. Now try to understand, guys. This is the code I am writing. If the value you are selecting in this department number, if you are selecting the department number as 10, then go and display the name as admin. If you are selecting the department number as 20, go and display the department name as dev. If you are selecting the department number as 30, go and display the department name as what? HR. So just go and keep here dev, and let me keep here in the caps admin. Now just save it, and then go and play. Now see, I just said that if I go and select the department number as 10, what's the department name it is showing is admin. If I select the department number as 20, now see automatically what's the department name it is showing? Dev. If I select the department number as 30, now what is the department name it is showing? HR. So if you select the department number here, automatically that corresponding department name, that department number, that whatever the department number you are selecting, the department name, you are able to display it here. So this is another type of customization, guys. So whatever the value you are selecting, whatever the value you are selecting in the department number, based on that it is going to display the department names. So this is what the second customization. If I select the department number as 20, it is selecting the department name as dev. If I select 30, it is showing the department name as HR. And this is one type of customization, guys. Now see, there is one more use case in this same. This is my first scenario. In this only there is a second one. Now what's my requirement here is make the department number field is disabled. I want to make the department name field is disabled, guys. Why? Because I don't want to allow the users to pass the department name manually. Now see, even though if I select the department number as 10, by default is showing the department name. Even though it is displaying the department name, if you want to change it, yes, I can go and change it. I don't want to allow the user to go and change the department name manually. If he is selecting the department number, automatically we need to go and display the department name. I don't want to allow the user to change the department name manually. So what I want to do here is I want to make this field as disabled. Now how to make the field as disabled? How to make the field as disabled? In the yesterday's class also I discussed this. In the form customizations, in the form validations. Now see, select this data card department name, and there is one property for this. What is that property? Display mode. Go to the display mode. By default is what? Parent dot display mode. Think display mode. Yes, display mode. By default is what? Parent dot display mode. Just to go and remove it. Now I want to make it as disabled, guys. Display mode dot disabled. Display mode dot disabled. Now see, when I go and play it, let us say if I select the department number as 10, now the if user wants to go and change the department name means manually it is not possible. Now see, when I click on it, department name, now I'm not able to modify it. So first requirement here is select the department number. Whatever the department number you are selecting, corresponding department name we need to go and display here. And second use case here is I don't want to allow the user to go and change the department name manually. So if you don't want to allow the user to change the department name, go and disable it. Go and disable the department name data code. So this is the second type of customizations we are able to perform, guys. And next one is I want to perform some customizations on the employee name. Sorry, EMP age. Now see there is one column here, employee age column, guys. Now what's my requirement here is try to understand. If we enter the date in the date of birth field, there is one field called date of birth. If you see, there is one field called date of birth. If I enter the date of birth here, if I enter the employee date of birth in the date of birth field, then automatically I need to show the age of that employee in the age field. That means when I go and enter the age, not age, when I go and enter the date of birth of the employee here, automatically that employee age I want to display it here. Automatically I want to display that employee age here. So how to go and get it? Let us say if I am selecting the age, let us say I'm entering the date of birth. Let us say the year I am selecting here is 1990s, 1992 or 3. Let's say the year I'm selecting. And what is the month? Let us say let me select the month as August. And what is the date? Let us say I'm selecting the date as 6. Now go and click on the OK button. Now see what is the date I'm selecting? This is the date of birth. I'm entering the date of birth. Now whenever I enter the date of birth, automatically I want to display that employee age here. Guys. Now how to go and perform it? When I enter the date of birth, I want to display that employee age here. Automatically I want to display. How to go and perform it? So in order to go and perform this, first let me go and reset this form. I want to remove this. Just remove it. Now let me go and perform. How to go and perform it? First, go and select the department employee date of birth field. Go and copy this data code value name. Copy the name of it. Copy the name here. Select this one. Copy the name. And then go to the age. First unlock the data card. Go to the age field. Unlock the data card. And then go to the default property. Go to the default property. Select the default. By default is this item.age. Just remove it. Just remove it. Now I'm going to use one function here called datediff function, guys. I'm going to use one function. What is that function I'm using here is datediff function. Datediff. Now within this function, first it is ask first what we need to go and pass here, guys. I'm using the datediff function. Now within the datediff function, first we need to pass the data starting date. Now what is starting date here is whatever the date I am going to enter into this field, that date I want to keep it here, starting date. So let me go and enter the starting date. Date of birth data code value dot selected date dot selected date. Now keep comma. Next we need to go and pass the end date. Now what is the end date? Let me go and select the end date as today's date. Let me go and select the end date as today's date. Now see within this date diff, first we need to pass the start date and then second is asking us to pass the end date. Next once after passing the starting date and the ending date, now keep comma. Next you need to go and find out the difference between these two dates based on what? You want to find out the difference in days, hours, seconds, minutes, months, years. What do you want to find out? I want to find out the difference in the years. So go and select the units as years. Now just close this one. Close it. Now go and play the app, guys. Now go and play the app. Now see when I select this, if I enter the date of birth, let's say I'm selecting the date of birth as same 1919 August 6th. August 6th I'm selecting 1993 August 6th. Now click on the OK button, guys. Now see when I click on this OK button, now automatically when I enter the date of birth here, it is displaying the age of that employee or not. Yes, what is the age? 30. Let's say if I select some other date. Let's say if I'm selecting the year, let me select the year as 2000, and let me select the date, August 4th. I'm selecting 2000 August 4th. Click on OK. Now see, automatically it is displaying the age. Now this is the date of birth. Whenever I enter the date of birth employee, automatically I'm able to display that employee age here. So in order to go and get this requirement, just what I'm doing here, I'm just using one date function, guys. Already I shared a video with you regarding these functions. So if you haven't watched this, it's somewhat difficult for you to understand. Please go and watch that video functions. Functions is important topic, guys. We'll use a lot of functions here. So this is one type of customization, guys. What we discuss here now? If we enter the date in the date of birth field, automatically I need to go and show the age of the employee in the age field. Whenever I go and select enter the date of birth, automatically that employee age variable displayed here. This is the another type of customizations. And next, what's the next type of customization I need to go and perform here is change the drop down control to a radio button, guys. Now see, I'm having one control here. What's that control? Department number control. I want to change this. Department number control is what? Department number is a drop down. It's a drop down control. So I want to change this drop down control to a radio control, guys. Currently by default it is drop down. I want to change it to a radio button. Radio buttons means what? Let's say I want to change it to radio button. I want to change it what? To a radio button. So radio buttons means, I think all of you know. Let's say I want to keep some radio buttons like this. Department number 10, it is for 10. It is for department number 20. And there is one more radio button. This is for department number 30. So instead of keeping it as a drop down, by default is drop down. I want to change this control from drop down to what? A radio button. Now how to change it? How to change the controls here? This is one type of customization, guys. Now see how to go and perform this means. First go to the department number data card. Go and select the department, this data card value. Go and select the department number data card value. This is the data card value. Go and select this and go to the insert tab. Search for radio button. Search for what? Radio button. Now just click on this one, guys. Click on this. Insert the radio button. Go and click on this. Unlock and add. Now see the radio button is added. The radio button is added. Now by default the radio button property is, it is where the property layout. Just 1 second. There is one property called layout. I think here it is not there. Let me go to this here. Here I can able to search it. Let me go and check for layout property. Let me go and check for what? Layout. Now see, by default the layout is in vertical mode. I want to make it to horizontal mode. So just go and change the layout to vertical. Sorry, horizontal. Let me go and change the layout to horizontal. Now see, automatically change it to horizontal. Now once after change the layout, go and select the department name data card value. Go and select the department name data card value and go to the property called items property. This data card is having one property, that is what? Items property. Go to the items. Now whatever the value is here, just copy it, copy, and then go to the radio button control. Go to the radio button control. This radio button also will have the same property, items property. Go and select the items property. By default is radio sample. Just remove it, copy and paste it here. Whatever the previously we copied, just paste it here. And next one is select this radio button control. This radio button control will have another property, that is default property. Go to the default. By default nothing is here, guys. By default nothing is here. Now what I want to keep here is this item dot department number dot value. This item dot department number dot value. Now see, it is able to display the departments now. Now once after displaying the department numbers here in the radio button, now go and select the drop down. Go and select the drop down. Just remove it. Click on Control X. click on Control X. Just go and remove this one, guys. When I go and remove, now by default it will throw two errors. It will show two errors. Now, how to overcome this means select the radio button control, copy the name of this, copy the name of the radio button control. Now go to the first error message, and now see by default is pointing to the drop down. So rename it to what? Radio control. Pass the radio control name. Next, go to the another error message. Now here also it is pointing to what? Drop down. Just copy and paste the radio button control. Now see, now I am able to see the, I'm able to replace the department number that is previously drop down. Now I am able to replace it with what? Now I am replacing this one with the radio button. So like this, if you want to change the controls within the form, you can go and change it. Previously I'm having here what? Drop down. Now I'm changing it to what? Radio button. Now if you want to do anything here, you can go and do. Let me increase some font to 16, and also let me keep it in the semi bold. Fine. Now it looks good. Let me increase some size. Yes. Now save it and click on play. Now see, when I play, when I select the department number 10 here, when I select the first radio button, automatically I need to go and display here what? Department name. What is the department number 10? Department number 10 is nothing but admin. Let me check. Now see, when I select this department number 10, now it is not displaying the department name. Why? Why it is not displaying? Because if you go to this department name, that record is throwing some error. Let me go to that error. What is that error message is? Now see, in this formula, whatever the written we discussed previously, here it is pointing to what? Drop down. It is a drop down, but I want to change it to what now? Radio control. So just rename it to radio button, guys. So copy and paste the radio control name. Now go and save it. Now play. Now see, when I select the 10, now it is displaying the department name as admin. When I click on 20, now it will display the department name as dev. When I click on 30, now it will display the department name as what? HR. So like this, if you want to go and change the controls means, yes, you can go and change the controls within the form. Previously here, in place of drop down, I'm having here, I'm in place of radio button control, I'm having what? I'm having the drop down. In place of drop down, I'm replacing with what? A radio button. So this is another type of customizations, guys. And next, what's the next one is uh, change the text control to a slider control or a rating control. Now try to understand, guys. Let me go and open the SharePoint. Let me go to the data source. This is my data source, employees. Go to the data source, go and open the SharePoint, go to the forms, go to the list called employees. In the employees list, I want to add one extra column now, guys. Rating column. I want to add one extra column in this list, employees list. What's that column I want to add here is rating column. Let me go and click on what? Add columns. Click on add column. Now I want to add the column. Click on next. Now what's the column name is? Rating control. Rating is the name, column name. Now what is the data type? Let me go and select the data type as a number. Let me go and select the data type as what? Number. And what? Go and click on browse more. Go and click on what? More options. If you scroll down, now you can set the minimum value and maximum value, guys. What is the minimum rating you want to give? Minimum rating is 1, maximum rating is 5. I want to give some rating here, guys. Minimum rating you need to go and mention here is 1. Maximum rating you can go and mention here is 5. So mention the minimum value and maximum value, the values you are going to enter in this. Whatever the values I'm going to enter into the rating, that values must and should be 1 to 5 only, between 1 to 5. So just go and click on save button, guys. Now see, I'm adding one more field here, that is rating. Now let me go to the Power Apps. Let me go to the data. Go to the data and let me refresh this data source, case. Go to these 3 dots and click on refresh. When I click on refresh, now it is going to load the latest schema. What is the latest schema? I'm adding one more control here, one more column. What's that column? Rating column. Now go to this, select the form, go to the fields, edit fields. Now go and click on what? Add columns, guys. I want to add one field into this. What is that field I want to add here is rating field. So select the form, go to the edit fields, click on add fields. Now go and search here what? Rating. Now see, there is one field or a column, rating. Select this one and click on add. Now see, whenever I click on add, that control is added here. Now what I want to do here is I want to change the font style. Let me keep it in the semi bold, keep it as 20, and also change it to Patrick. Change it to Patrick. Let me select this one. Let me change it to 20. Let me semi bold, change it to Patrick. Fine. Now I'm just doing some formatting. Now see, try to understand. It is a rating control, guys. Here I want to enter the rating. Now you can enter what is the least rating? 1. If I enter 0, if I click on submit, it is throwing some error. What is that error? Values must and should be 1 to 5. Rating must and should be 1. Maximum rating you can provide here is 5. If I enter the value as 6 here, now also it will throw an error message. What is that error message? Values must and should be 1 to 5. Now see, if I keep the rating as 4, now it is looks good. Rating means it is a text control now. If it is well and good for us to enter the rating in the text control, it looks good. No, the field doesn't looks good. Rating means what? You need to have some stars, or you can provide some slider control. You can keep some slider here. So first let me show you how to change this rating control. This is the rating data code or a field. It is a text control. I want to change it to a slider control, or I want to change it to a star control, guys. That is nothing but rating control, slider control or a rating control. Now how to change it? Now let me show you how to go and change this control from text control to a slider control or a rating control. First let me show you how to change it to a slider control, and then I will show you how to change it to a rating control. So go to this, go to the Power Apps. First select the data card, go and unlock it, unlock the data card. Now select the rating control, select the rating control, just reduce some size and keep it somewhere, and go to the insert tab, go and search for slider. There is one control called slider, click on it. Now see, the slider control is added. Adjust it wherever if you want to keep, just replace it here. Let's say I want to keep it here. Now this slider control is having one property, that is default property. Slider control is having one property called default. By default is showing some value as 50, just remove it. Now I want to make it as parent dot default. Parent dot default means what is the parent for this control? This control is in which form? This is the form. This form is connected to which data source? SharePoint. Employees is the data source. So let me go and keep here parent dot default. And also, if you see, the slider is somewhere here, guys. The slider is in somewhere here. When I go and play it, now here the slider is showing the value as 50. But now by default, I want to make the slider as 0. I want to make the slider as 0. So how to change it? Select the slider, go to the default property. I want to make it as parent dot default. Before that, let me go and use the coalesce function. Coalesce parent dot default comma 0. Now see, whenever I enter the 0 here, automatically the slider control is placing where? It is placing into 0 now. Fine. Once after keeping this, now go to this text control, just remove it. When I remove it, now it will display 2 errors. Now how to overcome these 2 errors, how to resolve this is, go and select that slider control, copy the name of it, copy the name of this, and go to the first error message. Now see, by default it is pointing to what? Text control. Just replace it what? Slider control. Now see, this slider is a, I'm going to select one value here, guys. So it is selected value. So just keep here value. In place of text, keep it as value. And then go to the next, another error message. Here also let me go and replace the name with the slider. Now see, automatically those 2 errors are gone. Those 2 errors will be removed. And also now see, when I keep here, now what is the rating means? It is increasing from starting from 0 to the rating you can provide 100. This is not my requirement. What's my rating? Starting from minimum rating is 1, maximum rating is 5. Now how to set this? In order to go and set it, select the control, rating slider control. The slider control will have one property called minimum property and a maximum property. What's the minimum value means? 0. So what is the maximum value? It is setting by default 100. I want to set the maximum value as what? 5. Now go and play it. Now go and play. Now see, 1, 3, 4, 5. Max, what is the rating you can pass? 5. Or least you can pass the 0. If I mention here 0, by default it will throw us an error. So minimum rating is 1, maximum rating you can mention is 5. And also I want to keep some text box here. If I currently what's the rating I'm keeping here? 5. So I want to display here 5. If I keep the rating as 4, I want to display here 4. So what rating I'm giving here, I want to show that number here, guys, in the text box. So just go and add one more control into this. Go and add one control. What is that control? Text label. Just adjust this one. Adjust it. Fit it here. Fine. Now, what is the default text? It is keeping that text as a default value. Just remove it. Now I want to keep here slider dot value. Slider dot value. Whatever the value I was selecting on slider, that value I want to display here. Now align it to center. Keep it in the bold. And also increase some size to 20. Now save it and play. Now see, when I select the rating as 3, it is displaying the rating as 3 here in the text box. When I select 2, it will display 2. When I select 1, it is displays 1. When I select 0, it is displaying the value as 0. So I'm changing the text control to what? A rating slider control, guys. So this is the one way. So this is one of the customization you are able to perform. Changing the text control to what? A slider control. Now in place of a slider control, I can change it to what? A rating control, guys. I can change it to what? Rating control. Now let me show you how to change it to a rating control. Now in order to go and change this, select the form. First remove this one, guys. First remove it and let me add it again. Go to this. Remove the rating control and let me add it again. Go to the add and search for rating, enter the rating, click on add. Now see, again I am adding the rating control. Let me do some formatting. Select this, go to the font, it is normal, keep it in the semi-bold, select it as 20, Patrick. Fine. Now see, now try to understand, is a text control. Now I want to change this text control to a rating control, guys. I want to change it to what? A rating control. Now how to change this text control to a rating control? By default is a text. This text is not looks good. I want to keep in place of text control, I want to keep it as rating control. Now how to change it? Simple. Select this rating control, go to the advanced property, unlock it. Now select this rating control, select the rating control, data card, just reduce some size, keep it somewhere, and then go to the insert, go and search for rating control, enter the rating control here, fit it anywhere if you want to keep, fit it. And now there is one property for this default property. The default it is taking as 3. Let me go and set it to 0. And what's the maximum? Maximum is 5. Fine, it looks good now. Now just go and remove this text control. Remove the text control. Now it will display 2 errors. How to resolve this? Go to the slide rating control, copy the name of it and go to the first error message. Go to the first error message, change the name to what? Rating. And it is not a text now, it is a value. I'm going to select some value here. So go and pass value and go to the second error message. Let me replace the text control name to a rating control. Just replace. Now see, automatically those 2 errors are resolved. Now when I go and play it, now you can enter the rating. Now see, I'm selecting the rating as 3, 4, 5, 1 rating, 2 rating. So it looks good, it looks somewhat better now. Previously, instead of entering the value as a text, what is the rating? Now you can select here. Now whatever the rating you are giving here, you can mention the rating and click on the submit button. Once if I click on the submit button, whatever the rating you are entering, selecting here, the same rating is going to be submitted to where? Data source. What's my data source? SharePoint is my data source. So these are the types of customizations we are able to perform, guys. So we discussed here how to go and change the text control, to a slider control or a rating control. And next one is use case 6. Here I want to go and change the form height, guys. Now see, change the form height dynamically based on the fields in the form. I want to change the height of the form dynamically, guys. Now how to change the height of the form dynamically? Let us say what's my requirement here is, what's my requirement here is, now in this form, I don't want to keep all these fields or data cards. What data cards I want to keep here is, I want to keep the employee number, employee name, job, email, and also I want to keep the salary, and then justification field, and then justification field. Remaining all everything I want to remove. So what I can do here is go and remove the rating control, go and remove the date of birth control. I don't want to mention all this, so just remove the experience. Justification field I want to keep it. Select, remove the department name and remove the department number, remove the department number data card, remove the hire date also, go and remove the hire date, and what is the error message where it is throwing age. So this age column is interlinked with another column. This age column is interlinked with what column? Date of birth column. So whenever if you enter the date of birth, then it will display the age. So it is throwing some error. So I want to remove this age column also. Just go and remove the age column, remove it. And now see, these are the columns I'm having here, guys. Now let me change the layout of the form. Currently it is in the horizontal vertical mode. Let me change it to horizontal. Before that, currently it is in the how many columns? 3 columns. I want to change it to only 1 column. Change the columns to only 1. First change the layout horizontal, and then change the columns to 1 column. And now see, I'm changing the form layout here, guys, into a horizontal mode. Now see, this is the by default the form height. This is the form height I want to keep. This is the default height. Now just click on play. Now see here, guys, I'm entering the employee ID as 101. Let's say employee name I'm entering here is Warner. Employee job, he is working as a developer. Let me enter some email ID, some random email ID, mobile number, and salary. Now see, I'm entering the salary as 90,000 or 90,000. Now see, if the salary is 90,000, the justification field is not mandatory. But if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, if the salary is greater than 1 lakh, now see, I'm having the justification field here. Now I want to provide some justification, guys. I want to provide some justification. So I want to increase the form height now. I want to increase the form height to up to here. And also the HR or the employee need to provide some clear justification why he is having the salary is greater than 1 lakh. So I want to increase the height of this control, height of this data card, just increase the height. And also go to the mode. It is a single line. You are able to enter the data only in a single line. Let me change it to multi-line. Multiple lines you are able to enter. Now see, this is the form I am having, guys. When this justification field is mandatory, and also when this justification field is visible, whenever the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only I want to see this justification field, and also this justification field is required. Now see, when I go and play, now try to understand. Now the salary is greater than 1 lakh. Now the field is required, and this is the form height. This is the form height. And but now when I enter the salary as 90,000, now see, the justification field is not visible. Why? Because when the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then only the justification field is required. Now if the salary is less than 1 lakh, no justification field is required and is not visible. So I want to reduce the form height to this. I want to keep the form height as this. If the salary is greater than 1 lakh, then the justification field is visible. So automatically I want to increase the form height to here. So I want to increase the form height. Now see, now salary is 90,000. No need to have the justification. So I need to go and reduce the form height to up to here only. I don't want to keep this height. I want to keep the height up to here. When I enter the salary as 1 lakh, that is greater than 1 lakh. Now the field is justification field is visible. Then I need to go and increase the form height to here. If the salary is less than 1 lakh, then justification field is not required. Then I want to reduce the form height to here. I want to reduce the form height to here. Now how to make it? I want to make it as dynamic. Now how to change the form height dynamically? So go and select the form. Form has one property, height property. By default, set the form height to 500. by default set the form height to 400 guys. Let me set the form height. By default, this is the form height I want to set. 400 is the height. Now select the height. By default, 400 is the height. Now remove it. Remove it. I'm going to use one if condition here, guys. If I'm using one if condition here. If if what is the logic test I want to write? If the justification field is visible, now go and select the justification field, guys. Just save it. Go to the form and then go to the justification field where it is. Go to the justification field. Copy the name of this one. Copy the name. If this field is visible, now go to this error message. Now see, if the justification field data code, the justification field data code is visible, then if you are able to see the justification field data code, then what is the form height? 400 is the default height plus justification data code value, justification data code height, whatever the height the justification data code is having, I want to set that. See, if the justification field is visible, I want to set the form height as 400. Default height is 400. 400 plus whatever the height the justification field is having. If this field is not visible, if this condition is false, then what I want to keep? I want to keep the form height as 400. Now see, go and play it now. Now see, the salary is less than 1 lakh. Now there is no justification field, and also I am not, the form height is up to here only. Now see, when I go and enter the salary that is greater than 1 lakh, salary that is greater than 1 lakh. Now see, automatically the form height is increased. Automatically the form height is increased. I'm able to see the justification field, and this required you can enter some justification, whatever the justification you want to enter. If I enter the salary that is less than, if I enter the salary is less than 1 lakh, now see, automatically the form height is reduced. If there is no justification field, I want to keep the form height as 400. If there is justification field, 400 plus whatever the height the justification field is having. So if I go and click enter here, salary is greater than 1 lakh. Now see, automatically I'm able to see the justification field, and also the height of the form is increased. If you want to understand clearly, select the form. Let me go and keep some border. Now play it. Now see, I'm entering the salary as 90,000. Now this justification is not required. The form height is this, is the form height. Now if I enter the salary that is greater than 1 lakh, now see, automatically the form height is increased, and also you are able to see the justification field. So I want to adjust the height of the form dynamically, guys. Now whenever you want to adjust the form dynamically, then you can go and make it as so. Change the form height automatically based on the fields you are selecting, based on the fields in the form, based on the fields you are able to display in the form. Based on that, automatically you need to go and increase the height. If you are not setting the height, if you are not writing this formula on this, let's say if you are just removing it, if I keep only 400, if I keep only 400, now when I go and play, now see, I need to scroll down. Now the salary is greater than 1 lakh. Now if I want to see the justification field, I need to scroll. If you don't want to see this scroll bar, if you don't want to see this scroll bar, then you can mention. If you see, if the salary is 90,000 now, no need, no, there is no scroll bar. Why? Because there is no justification field. If it is greater than 1 lakh, if it is greater than 1 lakh, then justification field is visible, but the form height is not increased. You need to scroll down. You need to scroll down here. So instead of keeping this scroll bar, what you can do, just go and select the form, go to the height property, just remove and keep this code. Now automatically based on the fields that are in the form, the height is going to be adjusted. So this is the another type of customization you are able to perform. So these are the different types of form customizations you are able to perform, guys. This is about all about what is this form customizations. So here we discussed about what are the different types of customizations we are able to perform on the forms. And also in the yesterday's class, we discussed about the form validations, and day before class, we discussed about what? Form customizations. So this is, sorry, form validations. So this is about the form customizations. Let me stop here now.